grade 12, which is in 6th grade hallway, like the first room in 6th grade hallway. So if you need me, I'm here.
All right, so we're on page 110, comparing dot plots. So at the top, we're going to remind you of some words. MO, mode, most. Mode is the number that has the most dots. Okay, it's the number that appears the most. MO, mode, most. Okay, median is the what? Middle. Median is the middle. This Davis. Hey. No, she's not. She normally is, but she's not right now. I don't know. She might be. Sorry. You're welcome. Bye. Okay. So median is the middle. The mean is the average. The mean teacher averages your grades. Mean. And then to find the average, you add. You're good. And then divide. Okay. You already have this written in your journal from the little video with Miss Kessler, but I just want it to be right here. Okay? Mean, median, mode, and the last one is range. Anybody remember how to find the range? Yikes. High minus low. Your big number minus your small number. That's the range. Alright, like I said, you already saw dot plots in 6th grade, so most of this is not going to be new information to you. Okay? A dot plot displays data graphically. That just means on a graph. Using small dots. Each dot represents one person or one thing or one vote or one item. And they are ordered from least to greatest. Alright, so when we're looking at dot plots, in 7th grade, again, you're comparing them. So when we compare, I'm going to ask, did you cuss? Okay? Did you cuss? The first C means, did you check the center? What's another word for center?
Middle.
The middle, the median. Okay? The center is the middle. Okay, that's all it is. The C is for center. So sometimes they're going to ask you to compare the centers or the medians. Okay? The U is an unusual feature. And this is an outlier. Okay? If we were to put all of our ages on a dot plot, most of you would fall either in 11, 12, or 13. But if you added Miss Fivery or Miss Davis, would we be right there with y'all, or would we be an outlier by ourselves?
By yourself.
Yeah. So that is an outlier. It's something, most of the data is clumped together except for these people over here who don't really fit in that data. Okay, that's an outlier. Okay, the next S is the shape, which we're going to talk about right here. And then the final one is the spread, which we're going to talk about down here. Okay. So when you are comparing, you're going to cuss. You're going to look at those 4 things. Center, something unusual, shape, and spread. Those are the 4 things that you're normally looking at. Okay. All right, shape. We have either symmetric or skewed. If something is symmetric, when you look at one side, it's like a mirror image on the other side, okay? Like down your face, you have eyeballs, you have nose, you have lips, okay? It's a mirror image, skewed, symmetric. So when I do this, it looks the same all the way over. Out, 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 looks the same. Okay, when it doesn't look the same, it's called skewed, okay? We have skewed right and skewed left. This is one of those weird things that you're never going to use again, but you're going to see on the test, and I have to teach it to you. So what you do is you find the center. Now, how could I find the center? Anybody have any ideas?
What do you mean by the center?
The middle dot.
Like 3?
Okay, so you're just looking at the bottom and you're saying 3 is the center. But I'm looking at the data. Okay, so yes, the median. So don't write this down. But what you really have here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So literally, and then 4 2s. You don't have to write this down. 2 3s, 2 4s, and 2 5s. And then you would just mark off, right? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, but I don't really want to do that, okay? So what I want to do is mark off the dots. So first dot, last dot, first dot, last dot, first dot, last dot, first, last, first, last, first, last. So this is my center dot. So my center is on, oh, I did, didn't I?
So it should be the one under.
Yep. So my center is 2. Now, some people first period were freaking out. They're like, how come you started at the top or on the bottom? Is a 2 a 2? Like, does it really matter which 2 I start at the top or the bottom? No. Okay? If you always want to start at the top, start at the top. If you always want to start at the bottom, start at the bottom. It doesn't really matter because all the 2s are going to be 2. So it doesn't really matter. Okay? So that one, the center is 2. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to look from the center. If I go this way, it's from 2 to 5. If I go this way, it's 2 to 1. Which side is longer?
2 to 5.
2 to 5, which is the right. That's where I get skewed right from. You find the center, and then you see which side is longer from the center. Okay? So from the center, I have this long pencil or this tiny white part. Whichever side is longer, that's the part that you put after the word skewed. Okay? So for the next one, start, end, start, end, start, end, start, end, start, end, start. Okay? And I have 2 of them, but if it's 4 and 4, what do you think my center is? 4. Everybody okay with finding the center? Okay. So now, this way is 1, and this way is all the way down here, so it's longer on the left, which makes it skewed left. Okay. And again, if that confuses you, you can write them all out, but you're going to have a lot of dots usually, so this is going to take a while. So just mark dot, 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 dot till you get to the center. Okay? Everybody okay with shape?
Yes.
All right. Next is spread. Okay? You're going to see the word variability or spread on your homework. Okay? Spread is just another fancy word for range. Okay, it wants to know how far it is spread out. It's just the range. And how do you find the range? Your big number minus your little number. Okay? Bigger minus smaller. That's how you find the range. So the range means the biggest number here is 5. The smallest number is 1. So these all have the same range because it's all from 5 to 1. The data ranges from 1 to 5. Okay. All right, and finally the center. Remember, the center is just a fancy word for median. So when your data is skewed, you want to look at your median to decide if it's left or right. If it's symmetric, then your mean is going to be the best representation. All right, so now let's look at one, and let's see the types of questions that you're going to be asked. Okay, says the height of 12 students in Miss Danny's preschool class are shown below. So each dot represents one student. Okay? The first thing I want you to do is to tell me how many students are in that class. How could you do that? Anybody?
Could you repeat what you said? You cut out for me.
Yeah, how could you find the total number of students in her class? Yeah, you just add the number. Yeah, you just count the number of dots.
I got 23. 23.
Okay, does everybody get 23? 2 people here said yes. Okay. Yeah, if it wants the total, you literally just count the number of dots. Okay. So this means there are 23 students in this class. Okay. So it says describe how it is distributed. Okay. Distribute means the shape. Write this down because your test is open notes. Distribute means the shape. How is it distributed? Is it symmetric? Is it skewed?
Symmetric.
Looks pretty symmetric to me. It goes down, big dip, even, down. So it is symmetric. Okay. It has to be exactly the same for it to be symmetric. If one of these was a little bit taller, it would not be symmetric. Symmetric means the exact same. Okay. What is the median? What does median mean?
Middle.
Middle. What's the middle height? Okay, how could we find that out? How'd you find that out, hon? Yeah, you're right. How'd you know that, though?
Because of the symmetric, they both, either way, they will go to the center.
Yep.
The same.
Yeah, because they're the same on each one,
I just went to the middle one.
I know that it's the middle. Okay, when it's symmetric, my median is easy because it's the middle. My median is 36 inches, which is how many feet? 3 feet. So most of these little preschool guys are 3 feet tall. Okay, median, the middle height is 3 feet tall. Now the next one is the mode. And I always think mode means most. M-O-M-O. Mode, most. Mode, most. What height occurs the most often?
36.
36 inches. Good.
36.
So you're just looking for the one that has the tallest line. Okay? And then what is the range? Okay, be careful on range. Okay?
8.
How'd you get 8?
I subtracted 40 and 32.
40 minus 32, which is 8 inches. So when you're looking for range, you're not counting and doing 5 minus 1. You're looking for the highest dot and the lowest dot, and you're subtracting them. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Let's try to find the average. Okay, this doesn't ask for it, but you have to do one on the homework, so I want to remind you how to do the average. Okay? We said that average means we add and then divide. So what numbers do you think we should add? 32 plus. So there's 2 33s plus 34 plus 34 plus 4 35s. This is why you're going to want a calculator. As long as you know what you're doing, but if you don't know what you're doing, I want you to have it written down so you can go back to it. I'm writing each dot down, each number.
That's a long time.
All right. So you're going to add it up. Anybody get it added up yet? It's a lot of numbers. I just need to know if I'm right. I got 828. Anybody else?
I can add them up now.
Okay.
Let's see if Miss Davis is not this one.
Probably not.
Maybe it would
Oh man, I got something different this time. Did anybody get either 828 or 862? Anybody? Okay. Okay, Kaylin got 828. I'm hoping somebody else did, not just me and Kaylin. I need one more person to verify with us that they got the same answer.
Yeah, I got 828 too.
Okay, perfect. Now is 828 your average? No, because we have to add, then we have to divide. What are we dividing by? How many dots there are? We already figured that out. How many dots there are? 23.
23.
I got 828.
Okay, so then divided by 23. And the average is 36. The one you have to do on the homework does not have this many numbers.
Let's hope not.
Okay. What is it? They don't usually ask you to find the average. They usually have about this many dots, but they don't usually ask you to find the average. But I wanted to practice finding the average just so y'all knew how to do it. Okay? All right, on the back. Now we're going to create our little graph. We're comparing how many minutes it takes for students to travel to and from school. Okay? So first we want to plot all those little dots. So 5, 7. Notice I'm slashing them, so I know I've already used that. 4, 4. All right. So once you have your points on the dot plot, you want to cuss. Okay. First, C. Find the center. Okay. What's the center? I have 2 middle numbers. And again, if this confuses you, feel free to write it out. If it confuses you, write it out like we did before. You're going to get the same answer. You don't have to write it if you're not confused, but if you are confused, write it out because it will help make it a little bit easier. Okay? So what do you do if you have 2 middle numbers?
Miss Davis?
Yeah.
When I tried to find the center for mine, I just got 7.
Do you have 5 dots? Do you have 5 dots over here and 5 over here?
No.
Okay, so then you forgot a number up here when you were graphing it. Okay, so what?
I thought you meant 5 in the rows. Yeah, mine's the same as yours. Sorry.
Okay, so you should have 5 and 5. So if you have 10, there's not one exact center. So you should have 4 over there and 4 over here. Isaac, question?
Sorry, no, I accidentally raised my hand.
Okay. All right, so I have 5 and 7 here. So what do I do if I have 2 middle numbers? Yep, you add them. So 5 plus 7 is 12. And then you divide by 2. Good. So the median or the center is 6. Okay, you could also say, well, what's in between 5 and 7? 6. Okay, over here on the other one, what's the median? Anybody? 5. The median is 5. Okay. All right. So that was the C. There's no unusual features. Now let's look at the shape. Okay. Remember I said it has to be exactly the same. When you look at this one, is it exactly the same to be symmetric? What do you think?
No.
No, it's a repeated feature, but it's not symmetric. Symmetric means mirror image. So this one is no real pattern. No real pattern. Okay? Because if the center is 6, is it farther on one side than the other? No. Yeah, it's the same on both sides. So it's not symmetric, but it's also not skewed. In 7th grade, yours will always either be symmetric or skewed. You'll never have anything like this. Okay? All right, on the other one, what do you notice about the shape? Symmetric or skewed? Symmetric. Y'all were so participatory and involved when Mr. Williams was in here, and now it's back to crickets. Please talk to me so I feel like I'm not just teaching myself. Okay? So this one's no real pattern, and this one is symmetric. Symmetric means mirror image on both sides. Okay? Question 4 says determine the median of each side. Well, we already did the median. The median for 434 was 6. The median for room 425 was 5. Okay, the median was the middle. We already did that. The next question says, what is the difference between the centers? What's another word for center? The middle. Okay, so now it wants to know the difference. So what does difference mean? Subtract. So it just wants us to subtract the two middles. So what is the difference in these two? 1. Okay, these are the types of questions they're going to ask you on dot plots. Can you find the median? Can you find the mode? Can you find the range? Okay. All right. So we found the median. Let's go ahead and write the mode, because we're probably going to need it. Okay. What number appears the most here for the first room? Okay, 7 and 4. Over here, which number occurs the most? 5. Everybody okay?
Yes.
All right, what about the range? Okay. What's the most number of minutes that it took somebody here?
8.
8, okay? It didn't take anyone 9 or 10, but it took them 8. What's the least number of minutes it took? 4.
4.
So 8 minus 4 is 4. Okay, over here, what's the most number of minutes it took someone?
7.
And the least? 3.
3.
So what's the range? What's the range? 4. Yeah. 7 minus 3 is 4. All right, so now let's look at some true-false questions. The distribution for 434 is symmetric. Remember, distribution just means shape. So is 434 symmetric? No. So do I need to go any farther?
No.
No, but I already know that one's false. Okay? I already know that first statement is false, so I don't need to keep going. The next one. The median, which is the middle. So the middle for 425. What was the middle for 425? 5 is greater than the middle for 434, which is 6. Is that true or false? False. Okay? They switched the order to make sure that you were paying attention. If you just wrote it the way they gave it to us, then you would have said, oh, that's true. But you have to read carefully. Okay? 434 has a smaller range. Okay? 434, what's the range? 4. What's the range for the other one? 4. Is 4 smaller than 4? Nope. All right. The mode. Mode means what? Most. Mode, most. Mode, most. The mode for 425 is the same as 434. Okay? Well, the mode was 7 and 4. The mode is 5. So what do you think? False. They're not equal. And then finally, the distribution. Distribution means shape. The shape of 425 is symmetric. Okay? 425, symmetric. So far, so good? Yes. 434 is skewed right. Is it skewed right? No, because look, this way was 1, 2 dots away. This way is 1, 2 dots away. So this one is not skewed. So they're all false, which they don't normally do. But these are all false. Okay? Everybody feel okay with those notes? All right, we're going to do a little activity really quick to make a dot plot to do one more time.